I'm back, and my mom came over. Um, she informed me that one that had a little bit more attention than the other. So I went ahead and I just added a little bit more shadow. Okay. And I have the goods. I went all the way back to the store for some gauze, not noticing that I already had some in the shed. That sucks. But anyway, it's not that light today. It's not that light in here today. So, excuse me. Anyway. Okay, my makeup is probably about to get a little messed up with the lip area because I gotta roll this blunt. I need somebody to come roll this blunt for me. I got you. I swear I got you. Let's see. Now, I don't really have anything to talk about. We can talk about the situation that's going on because I'm not going to just ignore it and act like it's not happening. Although I don't really post about it, I don't really write about it, I don't really cater to it. But two situations that I have not really acknowledged on my channel at all. The COVID-19 and the rioting that's happening across the country. I don't have much of an opinion about it. Except that's some scary stuff, y'all. That's some really, really scary stuff. Because when I think about it, a whole bunch of people just being in a crowd together, all I can think about is babies being made. All I can think about is bad decisions being chosen. I think about seeds being planted that later would cause corruption into our system. And as far as the COVID-19, I'm glad that we're beginning to open up again and get back to the striving America that we all know and love. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. But it is nice to see that people are still gathering for a cause. And it's lovely to see that we can all still gather in some places and not cause destruction and fire everywhere. So for everyone who is partaking in the festivities that's going on currently in America, prayers to you and your family and your loved ones. I hope you at least get something out of it. I hope when you leave the streets, you go home and you can lay your head down and you can pray to God and not complain about what's just been done, because it's your hands that has forced the situation to be as critical as it is. So just be grateful that we live in a country that allows us to express ourselves, that we can all still gather and not be gun-lined and shot. And also kudos to our protectors, our policemen, our Navy and armies, and everyone who's around to keep order and structure as the standpoint of what we're going through. Thank you. Here in Louisiana, we're not protesting shit, okay? We're still out buying groceries. Fuck. We're still out buying groceries, okay? We're not gonna give a fuck unless they have a tank come up the goddamn street, and then I think we still ain't gonna give a fuck. Motherfucker gonna be looking like that's the commodity box. And if you're not aware of a commodity box, is when tragedies such as this happens, like hurricanes, tornadoes, riots, national disasters happen, they pass around boxes full of like motherfucking peanut butter, crackers, and meals that you can heat up on a pack and shit, you know. Motherfuckers probably gonna think it's commodity boxes in the goddamn tank. So we real slow on some things. We no. Yeah. So thank you for standing up for our beliefs, standing up for something, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm a huge Black History fan, always have been, but I'm not only a Black History fan, I'm also an American fan, an America fan. Our history on how this country was built, and I say our history because no matter where you come from, how you got here, where you settled, that history is still a part of the history that we continue to build today. So, you know, a little forgiveness, a little hope, a little change can spark greatness into your life. And with that, we can continue on this already moving country. I'm about to roll this, so my lipstick is gonna get messed up and it's about to piss me off. Just give me a moment. But just to continue talking so y'all don't have to sit up here and just watch me lick a fucking blunt. I have been seeing the videos of the riots and the campaigns. And I say campaigns because you have little kids and you have dancers and you have singers and rappers out there, and they're doing their thing for their teams and for their families. Kudos to you. I mean, no one's gonna knock what you do. That's your talent. That's your choice. If you choose to use this as an advantage to up your artistic abilities in a more realistic light, we appreciate you for coming out. But yeah, I do see the videos because they come to me. I don't look them up. It pisses me off. Excuse the way I'm licking this blunt today. I got the lipstick on. Let me just lick it and then try to press it down with my fingers. But just to highlight some of the things that I've been seeing. They had a little girl that was tear gassed. And honestly, y'all, I'm gonna be real. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be real. It looked like it was done purposely. Because it looked like it was done by individuals around her, and then they poured water on her, and she was like, ah, you know, like catching the Holy Ghost. So I didn't really like that video. It wasn't genuine to me. They also had a video of some people crump dancing. They was dead ass. They was dead ass. Bitch, set us free. Set us free, bitch. Fuck it up. Yeah, god damn it. I'm gonna call the heavens and fuck it up. But mess around. I'm having such a hard time with this blunt. It's getting that on. What's really interesting is the fact that I seen some old videos of like Malcolm X come out, which is really, really interesting because I feel like right now we're more on the Malcolm X theory than on our Martin Luther King. And they have many, many civil rights leaders. Many. But those were the two that history decided to highlight for us. So, with that being said, I feel like we're more on the Malcolm X, a trilogy, than we are with the Martin Luther Kings. Because honestly, I feel like the Martin Luther Kings of our day would take it a different route as far as the methods that's used in order to get a point across. I believe that the Martin Luther Kings would probably do a little bit more writing and money spending and investing, and the Malcolm X's would do more of the writings and the violent speeches. I say violent speeches because on one video there was a lady saying that she believes it was necessary to burn down Target. And I'm just looking like, why would you want to burn down? What the fuck did Target do? You know, except just be a store that is on the street you're rioting. She was like, fuck that, burn that bitch down. I don't give a fuck. And I'm just like, whoa. You know, and evidently the internet is kind of loving her right now because I kept seeing different versions of the same woman, and I'm just like, oh my God, you know, this is Malcolm X. This is definitely a Black Panther, fucking power to the people. I'll punch the fuck out of you if you get too close type of situation. It frightens me. It frightens me only because I feel like there's a more gentle way to get your point across. I feel like rioting in the streets will not stop the killings. It will not stop the police pulling individuals over. It will not stop the violence that we inflict on ourselves as a community. It won't stop it. Because while you're rioting in Dallas and New York and North Carolina and DC, there are individuals still getting shot down in the other states, and you probably won't even make the news. You probably won't even hear about it. So I feel like it's more of a self-inflicted issue than it is a black and white race discriminative issue. Because, I mean, let's just be real, people. If the police stop you, and I've dealt with the police on many occasions, they are very authoritative. They are very much, you're going to show me my respect as a member of the law, as a police officer serving in this community. You're going to show me respect for what I do. Their attitude is very much expressed when they interact with you, as it should be. But it's a touchy subject because so many people have passed away. You know, it's a sensitive, touchy subject. But when you get pulled over by the authorities and they request from you a piece of material or some information so that they can further investigate the situation and move on, and you're standing up there looking for a fight. You know, maybe it's not the police officer that pissed you off. Maybe you just got pissed off by somebody else. You just left the house pissed off. You just left the store pissed off. You just left school pissed off. You just left work pissed off. And whoever approaching you that you feel gonna piss you off more, you on defense mode. And being on defense mode with the authorities, I don't feel like it's a really good idea. But when you're being pulled over, and I'm gonna say pulled over because it's the most common situation that I've seen people getting hurt. When you're pulled over and they're using their authority to speak to you, and you feel as though that authority needs to be lowered because in some type of way you are above them, but yet you want to be equal to them, that's when the guns come out, people. That's when further precaution of you kicks in. That's when their nerves kick in, because I'm gonna be honest, being in Franklin, Louisiana, we don't have many jobs. And 10 years from now, if I'm still in Franklin, Louisiana, I might be a police officer. I'm just speaking off branches. I might be a police officer. And as you can see, I'm a very, very subtle person, calm. But I have to use authority when in a position of authority. So, with that being said, I get nervous too. I get shaky too. I get scared too. Because everybody lose their life every day. Not only the black community. Everybody die every day. Everybody get born every fucking day. Not only the black community. So with that being said, shit, motherfucker get nervous. You coming at them like you about to attack. What you expect them to do? But what they have been trained to do. And that's kill your black ass. Because it's not only you that they have to look at. It's many things they have to look at. Because I'm going to be honest, I feel like our securities should be upped. And I'm saying that because I'm a victim of a terrorist attack. I feel like our method of security in this country, whether you already in it, you coming in it, leaving out of it because we don't want no fucking terrorists going somewhere else, fucking up shit. It goes both ways. Coming and going. I feel like it should be upped because the anger in 2020 is massive, and we're proving that right now. We're proving right now that rather than observers and examiners and doctors and teachers being our leaders and people to look up to, we're looking up to people who just walked out their raggedy house and got pissed off and died. My blunt is like fucked up. I'm not saying don't respect the dead, because we have mothers and fathers that's living right now. Like, what you saying about my child, you know, my deceased child, and you're exactly the reflection of that child that's in the grave right now, because they misapprehended the authority being taken at the moment. Chill the fuck out. Y'all start manners, huh? Yes, sir. No, sir. Hello, goodbye, good afternoon. We in the camera 24/7 now. You don't know how to ease your face? Because I know some, you stopping me for it because I'm black? No, bitch, because you was speeding. Because you was drinking and swerving. Because you got marijuana coming out the car. Because every time I see this shit, unusual activity is going on. So now it's time to meet your reckoning. And when that time come, you was not prepared. And a life was taken. Two-way street. Now, as far as do I believe the police officers should serve time for wrongly accusing a suspect? Because when you say, "Oh my God, it's a gun," that's you just accuse the suspect. No court date. No trial that they're rightfully owed. You took the law, you took justice, you took the power into your hands, and with it, a life. So of course they're gonna have people feel they have a right to use that power and ride the streets and fuck your shit up. Because you didn't take the proper precautions at the time. You just accused and shot. That was it. It's just like back in the day, motherfuckers was getting killed after the Declaration of Independence. That's not the Declaration of Independence, bitch. After the motherfucking I'm sorry, I wasn't a big history person at school, and it's been a while since I even thought about this. So I'm really going out on a whim and talking to you guys about it. Emancipation Proclamation. After the Emancipation Proclamation was signed by Abraham Lincoln, who was stabbed and shot and murdered. After that was signed, black people was basically just roaming. And I'm not even gonna say black people, you guys. I'm doing it this way because it adjusted over time. Fuck Negroes. When Negroes was just free to roam around and discover and become a part of the communities that they were forced to love in order to make a living for them and their families in a better life than the ones that they have known. Because honestly, slavery lasted for what? Slavery lasted for many years, decades. So you have children being born into the customs of the time. So for the ones who were set free from the Emancipation Proclamation, that was all they knew the United States saw. That's it. You dealing with a generation that knows not where it comes nor where it goes, but it must be created by them for them. So so with that being said, Negroes just a generation ago from 2020 were subject to segregation. My mom and my dad, who was born in 63 and 64, 19th century, experienced segregation. They couldn't go to the schools with the majority children. With that being said, all they knew was, you're not enough. In the way society was mixing and information and footage became more available to every household, it wasn't just you're not enough, but you're never going to be enough, because I'm going to set the bar so high that you will never figure how to reach it. Why? Because we was brought into a country that was already in development. So it was things like the Declaration of Independence that was already signed, set, businesses and currencies being established and bidded over and stocked on and bonded, families integrating, marriages forming trust bonds, and we was left out of it. So it takes a special type of situation to interject into something that's already been established. It takes a special type of situation, and I feel like the Martin Luther Kings of our generation, I'm on 10% now. We gonna get it. Started on 21. But anyway, I feel like the Martin Luther Kings of our time just has a better method of maneuvering around these established times. Because I don't think violence is the answer, you guys. That's why I say that. I'm speaking personally. I don't think violence is the answer. I don't think us looting in the streets, gathering, knowing that we have a national, international tragedy going on right now, no matter how serious or how much you partake in its eatings. We have a international disaster going on. And just like any time, our time has proven disobedience. Who is this?
Thank you, Bubba.
What the fuck you talking to?
Bubba.
I ain't no Bubbas.
Oh. What's up, Nick?
I don't live in the house.
What you up to?
Shit, I was recording something. It's still recording.
Oh. Now I'm just gonna get a little piece of pipe. Have y'all got a piece?
What kind of pipe?
PVC.
I don't know. That's the best one to look at right there, cuz.
Where?
The shed over.
Oh, yeah. Gotta find one on the ground. Like easing your mind, huh?
Yeah, my mama just gave me this.
Well, I just left him over there.
What those on?
You know, she was staying in the yard. Your daddy was, he was checking on somebody's truck. Whatever, the truck was running hot or something.
Right.